Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're gonna talk about XRP. But I gotta start with this from Watcher Guru. Just in, investors withdraw appeal and legal motion against Elon Musk, accusing him of rigging Dogecoin and conducting insider trading. Apparently, when Doge pumped, these people finally made some money off of their holdings. Just in, the following companies to resume advertising on X after boycotting: IBM, Disney, Comcast, Discovery, Warner Brothers, and Lionsgate Entertainment. We are living in a time where X is becoming the biggest media platform out there, by far. It's outgrowing all of the mainstream media news, and it continues to grow at a very alarming rate, honestly. But anybody not advertising on X, they're just going to miss the boat, in my opinion. And Jeremy Hogan also pointed out the price movement on XRP. He says, "What is this strange XRP phenomenon known as up? So far, I've only ever known what is referred to as sideways. I don't want to look at the price because I feel it's a strange kind of Schrodinger's cat. When you look at it, it just decides to die." You know, for so long, we have gone sideways on XRP. Every time it moved up 2 cents, people got excited about it. Finally, we're starting to break out. Now, pullbacks can definitely still happen. A lot of people are expecting a major crash on the price of XRP because they're also expecting a major crash on Bitcoin. But eventually, Bitcoin's dominance will start to fall. And at the same time, XRP and the rest of these altcoins are going to start to really skyrocket because alt season is coming. This comes from XRP Drops New York. Ripple issues its stablecoin RLUSD via a New York trust license. Standard custody, because it is a more robust strategy compared to issuance via a money transmitter license or transfer license. Ripple has to maintain reserves of at least 100% of the nominal value of outstanding stablecoins in low risk, high liquid assets. Everything Ripple does, it's like one step more. You take notice to that? And I think that's because Ripple was tied up with the SEC so long that they want to make sure everything that they do is fully regulated, fully compliant, and above and beyond. Now, what's going to happen is RLUSD, in my opinion, is going to run on those money transmitter license that Ripple acquired all across the United States. And I still think XRP is going to be moving a lot of that RLUSD over to the XRP ledger. Breaking news: U.S. national debt is now $36 trillion. Extra. Crypto could stave off a U.S. debt crisis with stablecoins. Just in, Ripple to issue a compliant USD stablecoin. Providing RLUSD has sufficient liquidity, it should encourage more usage of the XRP ledger. Take a listen to what Chris Larson says here.
10 years out on the financial crisis, we still don't have the infrastructure perhaps to prevent the next one. And I think this is where digital assets can really help, because an efficient digital asset can really solve some of the key problems in global liquidity. You know, the world's got trillions and trillions of dollars tied up in liquidity just to get around how clunky the movement of value is around the world. If with a really efficient digital asset, something like XRP, again, that's what we believe will be the most efficient, you can now reduce trillions and trillions of capital from being tied up. So you can make those transfers instantly as a bank or as a payment provider, as an enterprise, without having to have money pre-positioned all over the world.
So think about it like this. I said it multiple times. XRP can strengthen the US dollar. It could strengthen any currency because not only does it move it all around the world, but it also gives on-demand liquidity at the same time. You don't have to wait for anything because the liquidity is always there when you're using XRP. And I still think that the US national debt is going to become tokenized on the XRP ledger. It's probably going to be, spread out among a couple different networks. But that's the path forward for the US debt. And I think that's absolutely coming because you cannot continue to rack up more and more debt when you're already at $36 trillion. This comes from Smoke. Tokenization begins in the EU, November 18, 2024. The Central Securities Depository in Prague is the first institution in the world authorized to operate a DLT-based market infrastructure. A central securities depository is a secure system that keeps track of who owns stocks, bonds, and other financial assets, ensuring trades are executed smoothly and safely. Starting November 18th, CSD Prague will enable issuers to register new securities directly on newly created DLT-based registers, tokenized securities. The future starts now. We're going to see a lot of stuff happen outside of the United States because the US, we still are waiting on crypto regulations. We're still waiting on stablecoin regulations. I don't think anything's going to get done until after January because now we're going into the holidays and nothing seems to get done over the holidays in the United States. Ripple is being noted as a significant competitor in the digital asset custody space. Ripple was a serious competitor in the banking world because they wanted to disrupt the entire system. They wanted to take out all the fees that the big banks have been collecting for years. Now they're going to be a big competitor in the custody space as well. Remember, Brad Garlinghouse said custody is very expensive, and he wanted to cut that cost down. So, of course, we're going to see institution after institution wanting to use Ripple's custody solution because it's cheaper than everyone else. Norway backs EU crypto regulation, weighs potential CBDC for financial stability. This was on November 15th. And now it looks like Norway is going to have a central bank digital currency, but they're also in favor of MiCA regulations. So it looks like Tether is not going to have a place in Norway either. Eventually MiCA-like regulations are going to be put in place all around the world. And Tether is going to it's just going to be regulated out. That's what's going to happen with Tether. But at some point, it's going to lose its peg and it's going to come crashing down. And it's going to take the entire crypto space with it. It's going to look like one of the worst things that ever happened in crypto. But I think a lot of these utility-driven cryptocurrencies, they're going to bounce back so quick. So XRP holders, XLM holders, and so on, you're not even going to notice it really happened. You're going to hear the news. You're going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe my crypto is tanking right now, only to watch it bounce back quickly. Because we are moving into a regulated time in crypto. Everything's going to be fully legit. The days of fraud, hype, and speculation are going to come to an end. Kaboom! XRP ledger booms. $44 million in transaction activity soars. Of course, people are excited about XRP now. It's finally moving after such a long time. So there's a lot of new investors investing in XRP as well. They want to get in before it really starts to break out. You know how many people have been asking me about crypto lately? Everybody wants to get in. The normies are finally coming to crypto. We're going to see a lot of new XRP holders in the XRP community. This comes from Crypto Eddie. Meanwhile, Diamond gets a message from Trump at the APEC, Asia Pacific Economic Cooperation CEO Summit on Thursday. Take a listen.
President-elect Donald Trump sends a message to you that he respects you greatly, but you will not be part of the Trump administration as a Treasury Secretary, if that were something that were interesting to you.
First of all, I wish the president well, and thank you. That's a very nice note. But I just want to tell the president also, I haven't had a boss for 25 years. I'm not about ready to start.
So it looks like we won't have Jamie Dimon working with the Trump administration. And honestly, I think that's a good thing. A lot of people don't realize it. A lot of the new XRP holders don't realize this. But JP Morgan and most likely Jamie Dimon, they were the ones pushing for the XRP, the Ripple lawsuit, the SEC versus Ripple case. They were behind the scenes pushing for that to happen because they wanted to slow Ripple down. They wanted to slow XRP down so they could come up with their own solution. You know how much money JP Morgan makes off of cross-border payments every year? It's a massive amount of money. And now all of a sudden, here comes Ripple with this technology and this cryptocurrency that could change that overnight. All of a sudden, we're moving money around the world in a matter of seconds for a fraction of a penny. That's why the case had to get started. And I think we are moving into a time, like I said, with less corruption. I'm not going to say no corruption, but a time of less corruption inside the government. And you don't want to bring the corruption with you, like Jamie Dimon. Another one I'd like to see Trump get rid of is Larry Fink at BlackRock. BlackRock is the most evil organization out there. I even think Larry Fink is much worse than Jamie Dimon. But they're both kind of up there. They're both evil people. But you know, as we move into a time that is more compliant, more legit, without fraud, we are going to see the rise of a handful of cryptocurrencies. And XRP is going to be one of them. And at some point, it is going to be moving the world's money. But until it all happens, you got to stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.